Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has in fact now admitted and that the supporters of Khalistan are indeed present in Canada. Trudeau's admission was made while he was addressing the Indian-Canadian diaspora in Ottawa Parliament Hill during Diwali celebrations. This statement follows the attack on the Hindu temple in Brampton last week, when a group of Khalistanis disrupted an Indian consular event at the mandir and attacked Hindus present there. Now, Justin Trudeau's acknowledgement about the Khalistanis in the Canada vindicates India's stand that his government is sheltering the Khalistani terrorists. Remember, India-Canada ties have soared considerably after the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has accused India of violating Canada's sovereignty and killing Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Nichar. India rejected these charges and termed them as absurd and motivated. Besides, the Trudeau administration has consistently doubled down, going so far as to point fingers at Union Home Minister Amit Shah. But that's not all. Despite repeated requests from India, the Canadian government has not provided a shred of evidence over the last year incident. Meanwhile, Trudeau is adamant on turning a blind eye to the terror on Canadian soil. His admission has now affirmed India's position that his government has provided a haven for Khalistani terrorists and harbored the extremists. Let's in fact listen in to what the Canadian Prime Minister has said.
In Canada, but they do not represent the Sikh community as a There are many supporters of Khalistan in Canada, but they do not represent the Sikh community as a
Well, at this point of time, the comments that we are just going to play in a bit by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau have also stirred a lot of reactions from different diaspora and even from the leaders of the House of Commons. All right. Former diplomat Suresh Kumar Goel joins me live on the broadcast. So, very good morning to you and thank you for speaking to us. You know, at this point of time, it seems like a U-turn in some sort of a sense. What comment it has been coming from the Canadian government and especially Justin Trudeau, while now only going forward and affirming what India has been for a long time, maintaining its standover.
Simran, there were two parts to what we have been saying. Number one, about the presence of Khalistani elements in Canada, which is a matter of fact, and everybody knows it. They have been demonstrating with the Khalistani flag, etc., and therefore to deny that there are no Khalistani would have been basically being blind. I'm not surprised at all. I don't think Trudeau had any option but to admit, yes, that these are Khalistani elements. The issue really here is, and we have been asking for Canadian government to take action against these Khalistani elements by not destroying the Indian properties, temples, etc., and by not becoming a security threat to India and the Indian High Commission and its consulates in Canada. Now, if because of these Khalistani elements, the consular offices are not able to perform their functions, they can't issue visas, they can't renew the passport, they can't open the camp, and the Canadian government does not take any action against these Khalistani elements, that is a problem. And I don't think that Trudeau has given any kind of indication that he is prepared to take any action against the Khalistan. And we have to await any further development in that regard before we can say that yes, Trudeau is realizing his policy.
Yes. Yes, I hear what you are saying about the admission on the Canadian soil for harboring the Khalistani in fact supporters and also the people who are trying to create the divide between in fact the ties of India and Canada. But Mr. Goel, do you think that this kind of a statement which has just come now and also on other matters by Justin Trudeau is going to help in any way to help and better the ties of Canada with that of India?
No, that's what I said just now. Unless the Canadian government is prepared to take any action against these Khalistani elements, I don't think there can be any change in ties between India and Canada. And so far, there is no evidence that Trudeau is prepared to take any action against the Khalistani elements. And therefore, I don't think there is any prospect of any change in the relations between India and Canada unless such an action takes place.
Mr. Goyal, what could have been otherwise the motive of including this admission at this point, when for a long time it wasn't even mentioned, let alone being acknowledged?
I don't know. I don't know what purpose it serves. Frankly speaking, and that's again the issue, this admission has no meaning whatsoever, because even the television, even the media has shown Khalistani flags in different places. So anybody who can see the Khalistani flag will have to admit that these were Khalistanis. Therefore, that admission makes no sense to me. It has no purpose unless he thinks that this can take the heat off him. But it doesn't work. Maybe it is to satisfy his friends in the USA. I don't think that is going to work, because admission of having Khalistanis is one thing. Taking action against Khalistani is another, and that has not taken place yet.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.